For two young men whose photos have been seen around the world, the community where they're from is stunned to hear these latest developments.
As a community, we are incredibly saddened by this news and the outcome in general. This is not the outcome that we were hoping for.
Friends since childhood, the two had just finished a summer job at Walmart before leaving town last month, saying they were looking for work in Whitehorse. How they went from a road trip to missing persons to murder suspects to fugitives is still unknown, and for the family, deeply unsettling.
At first we thought that he was missing, and we're all worried about it, and then it was really shocking to hear that these are suspects, so they've charged them, and it just it doesn't fit. I've never heard of just two good kids going out and doing something like this.
Lee McNabb's aunt is Bryer Schmegelsky's grandmother, whom he lived with for many years.
She's a nice lady and she loves that kid.
He says this latest news doesn't make sense to the family.
They're being charged. They're not guilty. Let's see some proof. Let's see what the RCMP have. There's got to be some holes in this story.
And RCMP acknowledged some of those answers may never come.
It's going to be extremely difficult for us to ascertain definitively what the motive was. Obviously, we will not have the opportunity to speak with these individuals.
And Tanya, we seem to know more about Schmegelsky than McLeod. I know you've been trying to find out more about him, and what have you found out?
Well, Ian, you're right. We don't know as much about Cam McLeod, but people I've been speaking with here in Port Alberni for the past 2 weeks say he was a considerate, polite young man. Workers at the coffee shop he frequented say he was always kind and very polite, and those are the same words his father used to describe him. Keith McLeod, when I spoke with him over the phone about 10 days ago, he says his son was always considerate and concerned about other people's feelings. He still has not spoken to the media. At the time, he told me he couldn't make it through a sentence without breaking down. And no doubt they're still feeling those emotions tonight, and still no questions or no closer to any answers to those unresolved questions. Ian?
All right. Thank you, Tanya. Now, for friends and family of the three people killed in northern BC, some of whom have spoken to us as the story unfolded, the last few weeks have been exhausting, nerve-wracking, and a constant reminder of their loss. Tonight, we want to give them some more time to talk about their loved ones.
Lucas met China in Croatia. We're so happy that Lucas and China found each other and had such a great time travelling together, meeting new friends, and just milking every last drop of fun out of life.
Right until the end, that man was free. He was living life just how he wanted, and showing me that life is there to be grabbed onto and throttled into fifth gear, or you weren't doing it right.
She had a maturity beyond her lifetime, and I just feel so lucky to even have been that close with her and to share a life with her. China was my best friend.
She wrote this note to me, and that was China. She left a piece of her behind anywhere she went.
The hard work he did raising his kids, and the equally hard work he did as a researcher, and the time he spent and the focus he put on that kind of work. He loved it.
He and China live on in our hearts. We always love you.
Thank you for everything. I miss you, brother. We had a lifetime of good times and memories in front of us, but as always, we couldn't keep up, and you've taken this final adventure without us.